What's going on, y'all? It's your boy E Freezy from MusicBeats.Net and WebText SEO team here to teach you easily how to change sentences but keep the same meaning. Basically, all we're doing here is we're just rearranging sentences, we're replacing with synonyms, couple of different options here to do it, but let's just go ahead and jump into it. First step is to use synonyms or similar keywords. Basically, all you're going to do is you can go to any kind of synonym finder, pop in your word, get a replacement word for it. But most of the time you can just do it right off the top of your head. Like for the example sentence, John went to the store every day for 2 solid weeks. Example sentence with the same meaning, John went to the market daily for 2 whole weeks. You're just replacing store with market. You're replacing every day with daily. You're replacing solid with whole. This is fairly simple here. If you need help, just type in synonyms on Google and you'll be able to find the synonym of anything. Or just type in the word and then synonym next to it and you'll find it instantly. Number 2, copy the idea, not the words. So you're basically... it's almost like paraphrasing, but to an extent a little bit differently. You're just getting the general idea of what the author is talking about and rephrasing it in your own example. So here's the example sentence. Our main goal is to provide affordable SEO services and top-notch customer service. The rewritten example would be, our SEO and customer service team are among the best in the industry. You see how I'm still going towards that idea, but I'm not even using goal. I'm not saying providing. I'm saying we are among the best in the industry, rather than saying our goal is this, our goal is that. It's a statement rather than proposing a goal of what we're going to do and what we hope to do. It's what we are doing. So third, change the order of the words. So basically you're just rearranging. That's kind of what I did here. Like I'm talking about SEO services here, and here I'm talking about SEO team in the beginning. So I'm kind of really just rearranging this sentence to be rewritten, still have the same meaning, but be in a totally different order. Okay? Number 4, this one's a little bit more difficult, but still the same idea. It's called using active and passive voice. This is actually one of the best ways you can rewrite. It puts the subjects closer to the beginning of the actual sentence, so everyone can read it more clearly. Here's even a statement from Purdue Owl. Sentences in active voice are also more concise than those in passive voice because fewer words are required. Fewer words are required to express action in the active than passive voice. So, an example. This article will be rewritten by our SEO team. The rewritten example, then this is using passive voice. See, the subject is towards the end. So, in our active voice, with our rewritten example, our SEO team will rewrite the articles. So, the subject... the action is the verb is on the action. The action is on the verb. So in a sentence that uses active voice, the sentence's subject performs the action the verb expresses. One easy tip to remember, if your passive voice sentence uses by, it will be very easy to turn into an active voice. For an example, my mom got hit by a car. An example active voice sentence, a car hit my mom. So the subject, action, the verb, and then the action. Or the subject, the action, and then the verb. All right, so next, paraphrasing. Paraphrasing, it's kind of just like summing up to an extent. If you ever heard it and you said, just sum it up. Sum it up in a paragraph. Okay, an example sentence. I got a number 1 ranking for the keywords change sentence with same meaning, this article you're reading right now, just by taking ideas that were already out there and rewriting them into my own words. Okay, rewritten sentence using paraphrasing or summing it up. I basically researched a bunch of content about changing sentences to keep the same meaning, rewrote it to be my own unique words, and now my website shows up number 1 when people search for similar topics. You see, so I just generalized what I was saying. I was talking about number 1 rankings. I was talking about the specific of changing sentence with the same meaning. Now I'm just talking about similar topics. Now I'm basically doing this. I'm not specifically doing anything. It's just kind of a general summary of what I'm doing. And as you can see, I had to have had the knowledge of what the number 1 what a number 1 ranking was to even be able to paraphrase that statement well. So to paraphrase well, you really need to understand the content. So if you're going to try to rewrite somebody's stuff and you're not really familiar with that industry, I would try to read it a couple times thoroughly so you understand it as clearly as possible, so you can use your own words to describe it. You don't want to be using their same words over and over again if you're paraphrasing. You just want to sum it up, but the only way to do that is to really understand what that person is talking about. So for me to even be able to rewrite this, I had to understand that I was doing this for Google, for number ones, for topics pertaining to the same meaning with changing sentences. So, all right, number 6, using free article spinners. This one I actually weigh heavily against. I would honestly not do this. They keep saying that these article spinners are getting better, but I have a sentence here. I went to one of the best free article spinners that came up right away, and check this out. Okay, example sentence. I am about to show you an example of what a spun sentence looks like after using an article spinner like the one I found on spinnerfree.com. The article spinning website actually ranks for the same keywords I'm using to create this article. They're actually in the number 2 ranking position. So example sentences after using article spinner. I am close to no cigar to unmask you and lesson of what a spun sentence looks love after per and stipulation spinner savor the such. I bottom on the same site. The stipulation spinning website necessarily ranks for the cognate keywords I am via to incorporate this article. That sounds ridiculous. And if you put that on one of your clients' site or put that on your own site, oh my God, people are going to think you are plain stupid, retarded. You do not want to do that. Honestly, you can absolutely try to go ahead and use one of these spinners, try to find a great one, but honestly, the best way to do it is just pure handwritten content. It's going to take you a little longer, just like this article. I had to write it out all myself, but it's going to rank number 1. It's going to get me the traffic I want, and it's going to do what it needs to do. Okay, so like I said, do not use this, man. I promise you. But go ahead and try, but good luck. Number 7, hire article writers. Hire someone else to do it for you. There's people out there you can pay $10 to write a 1,200 word article. That is a pretty good amount of content, and as long as you can get them to basically give it to you in a decent format, they might be some foreign writers, but you can still get some decent content, and you might have to do a little editing, but honestly, 1,200 words for $10 isn't bad at all. You can hire someone like a company like me, but we put you in like monthly packages. You need to have an SEO package, but I mean, it's honestly well worth it to have someone like me creating these articles, because you know exactly where stuff needs to be. You know exactly what kind of words Google's looking for. Just like this article's ranking number 1. That's not a myth. That's not a crazy thing of how that happened. I knew it was going to happen. I knew what I needed to do to get it. I just had to target it, put the content on the page, and now I'm making a video with it, which is going to make it even more of a beast. So basically, hire out. If you can't do it, if it's above your knowledge level, or you just don't want to do it, hire the right people to do it. You can get it for cheap and get kind of small, slightly lower quality content. You can hire someone like me, who you're going to pay a good, definitely a higher portion than that. But it's worth it. If you're going for local business, if you're going for national rankings, depending on what it is, you need someone who knows content. All right. Last tip, change sentence with same meaning using word order. So basically, we're kind of restating this sentence in a different way. So the example, he had a habit of smoking. Rewritten with the same meaning, he doesn't smoke anymore. He quit smoking. The structure had is used to talk about the past, which is now over. So you can kind of restate that in a different way. Instead of he had a habit, he doesn't do it anymore. He quit. He's over it. It's the past. He no longer smokes anymore, But honestly, changing sentences is super easy to do. Once you get the hang of it, that's really all it takes. It's just the experience of just doing it over and over again, But get your own voice, make tons of new content, keep writing, write every day. You're going to eventually get better at it. Learn how to structure your pages out so it's nice and clear, easy to read, concise, on point, and that it's understood well by your readers. But I really appreciate you guys coming through. I really hope you learned something from this. If you learned anything, definitely just look at my page structure here. Look what I did. Look how I quoted these words. Look what everything I kind of bolded out. I kind of what I italicized. You know, I did this stuff on purpose. You know, I used certain keywords in here that match up with exactly what you guys are searching for, and that's why Google and YouTube gave me this credit. But I really appreciate you guys coming through. The link to this page is actually in the description as well. If you want to look at it further, absolutely do. If you have any questions, comments, you want to know how I got this to rank so freaking well, definitely hit me up. I'd love to speak to you. My name is Eric. I appreciate you guys coming through, and have a great day. One love.